Hello. So today we're going to be making a duct tape wallet. Sorry, a duct tape wallet. That was abrasive. I had this sitting on top of it and it was sticking to it. I have to sneeze. Sorry, okay, this is a very chaotic intro. I'm going to be making a duct tape wallet because I've mentioned before that I used to be obsessed with making things out of duct tape, and then I got requests to do a tutorial. So I was like, sure. Even though I don't know how tutorial this will be because there's not like a clear step-by-step in my head. It's just like, I do it. I also can't promise this is gonna actually be good because it's been like literally over a decade since I made anything out of duct tape. So we'll see. I have this because I might use the plastic for part of it, but anyways, without further ado, so what I generally would do is I would use like another wallet as a model to get like the measurements and stuff of what an average wallet, what the size of it is. So we're just gonna measure it out first and then go from there. And unfortunately I did throw out like every duct tape thing I ever made because I was trying to like save space, and I was trying to I thought I would never have use for them again, so I was like, I don't need these wasting space. But I did take a picture of them before I threw them out. If I can find the picture, I can insert that in the video. But yeah, no, I would, at one point I was even selling some stuff made of duct. No, I don't plan on doing that again, but I was, yeah. Okay. I was making everything and anything that I could. Let me see. Okay, so it looks to be, it's very specific. It's about, I'll just say 9.5 inches. We'll probably go, actually, even though it's like just under 10 inches, we'll go to like 10.5, if not 11, because there's a, I'll show y'all, when you fold it, you're gonna end up having to cut off, like, you have to fold it like this, and then I'll show you, and then there's gonna be some parts that you cut off. So maybe 10.5, and then this way it's 4 inches. Maybe I'll just do a little over 8 inch. I'll just do 8.5 inch to be safe. So 8.5 by 10.5. When I first got into duct tape, I would like use, what do you call it? Like I would make a base structure first out of like paper or a grocery bag, or I would use another material first. But then after I got more crafty at it, I was like, no, I want to go full duct tape. I feel like it's cheating to like use another material. And so I did, and it was a lot better using just duct tape for a wallet because it was thinner. So when I would use like paper and then the duct tape over that, it ended up way too thick, and I would have like way too many pockets. Okay, I'll stop talking so I can focus. I have some leftover folded duct tape that I might use from my Blue's Clues ASMR. Yep. Yes, I duct tape stripes on my shirt. So let's see. We're literally gonna be folding this on itself, which is can be very tricky. I feel like I'm gonna need my hair out of my way because I'm gonna end up putting tape in my hair if I don't. Okay. Don't mind my... Okay. 10 inches, so... I try to at least get longer than what I need, and then either cut down or add some to it. It won't be the end of the world. This is already a fail. Okay. It's not a fail. Maybe let's start small. Let's not try to get a 16-inch strip to fold on itself. You just kind of gotta go for it. I don't know how I used to do this all the time. Oh gosh. I can't be wasting duct tape. I don't actually know how I did this. We're just gonna start building off of this. Okay. I forgot what else I was about to say. Something. Oh, the smell was so nostalgic the other day when I opened this up and started using a little bit of it for the other video. The smell brought back so many memories. It like gave me genuine happiness in my soul. Sorry, the sound of this is not very relaxing. Okay. I think I remember trying to be quiet sometimes when I would make duct tape stuff, and it was a lot harder because you have to like pull it off a certain way, and it's like takes more exertion. That's okay. This surface is not flat, so that is a problem. Okay, I pretty much just start making like a rectangle, and then eventually we try to get to the correct measurements, but let's see how. Oh, okay, so this side's good. I'll just have to cut some off. And then, yeah, we're just gonna leave that. We're gonna probably, we're just gonna make it like a little fold. I could make a little mark. Okay. Right, am I doing that right? Because I said 10 and a half. It's about 11 just to be safe. Yeah, I'm not very, like, to do it quietly, you have to, like, really slowly. And then you still kind of fail sometimes, if you're me. Let's just do it one at a time rather than trying to fold again. It's not gonna be perfectly smooth because I already kind of, that is so hard when you're like putting duct tape on duct tape to get it like perfectly smooth. I think the last duct tape I ever made, duct tape wallet, functional duct tape wallet I ever made was for my nephew, and it was like green and white colors. It looked like spearmint, and I was proud of that one. But I would make purses and not just wallets, but like the, what do you call it, like a handbag. It's not quite a purse, but it's not a wallet. And shoes and backpack and a bean bag. I made a whole bean bag out of like duct tape and grocery bags. And I think some crumpled up newspaper in there as well. Sometimes it's redeemable when that happens, and sometimes it's a loss. It's because I'm working on this little tiny square that isn't ideal for, it's not a flat surface, but we're gonna keep going. It's probably also not ideal to have all these bracelets on. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and chop that off. We don't need that extra. We can chop a little bit of that off. Sorry, this might not be ideal to like fall asleep to when you have like duct tape every 2 seconds like screaming at you. The other fun thing is if you have long hair that sheds a lot, you're gonna end up having hair in your duct tape. We're just starting with the basics, but I would also try to make sure like this side that was gonna be showing like on the outside looked the smoothest and had like the least breaking points, but we're just trying to survive right now, okay? Actually, let me put this here. Ooh, she's smooth. This one almost made it, but not quite. So the other side, I need to connect it. Sorry, this isn't very tutorial-esque. But yeah, you pretty much just make a rectangle at whatever measurements you want your wallet to be at, and then you continue filling in the gaps and cut off any extra tape. crinkly. And I need to fill that little space tape. Just fill it in on both sides now. Am I gonna regret taping that to the plastic? Okay. Okay, don't do what I just did. I had this like portable like crafting, I guess you call it a desk, but it's just this little table with like pockets on the side that I would store all my duct tape on, and I would use it and just have it with me wherever I was doing my duct tape. And I feel like I just knew how to work the duct tape with that table. Am I just trying to excuse my failures right now? Okay. No, I'm not failing. This is okay. We're good. We're good. I'm fine. I'm fine. Got like 2 more left, or I could do, yeah, I'll just do that way. It's easier to do the long strips. Let me just cut that. I got good at ripping it off with my hand, but scissors always make a cleaner cut. Scissors make a cleaner cut. Okay. How did I used to do this with it not sticking to? Or maybe my table didn't stick as much as this plastic ottoman. Yeah, we got one more little section left. I remember this tutorial of a lady showing how to make duct tape roses, and I watched it over and over because it was very tingly. By the time I didn't even know ASMR was. But yeah, and that was like the day before Valentine's Day, because I wanted to make a bunch of duct tape flowers for my friends and like hand them out at school the next day. This was 9th grade. So this wasn't anyways, yeah, this was high school. And that was so much fun, handing them out. And then there was like, at the end of the day, there was this dude that came up to me and he was like, oh my gosh, duct tape roses, can I have one? I forgot to get something for my girlfriend. I'm like, first of all, it's the end of the school day and you still didn't get, like, you didn't, what? But and then he offered to pay. He was like, how much can I get for it? I'm like, I wasn't selling these, but now that you said, I don't remember what I said, probably just a few bucks, but it's like, I'll take your money. No, that was too funny. But it like shocked me that he was like willing to pay, so I was like, maybe I should get back into selling them, because I was selling it for a time, duct tape stuff, but I was so what's the word, like the opposite of assertive, and I would kind of just, I would spend hours and hours and hours on different duct tape stuff and give it away for like 20 bucks, which like only covered the cost of like the materials used. Because I felt bad charging what it actually took me to make it. I needed some more confidence at the time. But yeah, and then it stressed me out too much, so I just stopped. I would not do that again, but I would encourage, if anybody's ever selling their art, to like not sell themselves short. Like, I have a bug bite. I saw like a YouTube short of a girl talking about she like crochets, and people will be like expecting her to make them like a whole full-on cardigan and only have to pay for the yarn, and it's like, not, that takes her like hours and hours and hours to do. And apparently people expect, they're like, what, you expect me to pay for the hours, for 50 hours of work? So it's like, if it took you that long, then yeah. Okay, I'm done rambling for now. So this isn't, I'm sure like if I got into the habit of this again, I would get better at it again, but this is what we have. As you can tell, it's not the smoothest, but so I'm probably gonna cut off. Wait, that's not the right end. Okay. Wait. I don't know. I'm too tired or something, because I forgot that it needed to be folded long ways. Okay. That's about right. I'm just gonna trim off a little bit on this end. I'm sure if I had a Cricut or something, I could get this like perfectly straight, but we're working with what we got. Hopefully that's straight. Like, I need a level or something. For my like duct tape purses, the first purse I ever made was black and white. It was like white with black accent, like strip. I don't know if I've pictured that, I'll try to show it. But it had like black accents, and like the flap had like black duct tape like sewn into the edge, and then a black and white bow. I really got obsessed with duct tape bows and putting duct tape bows on everything. I'm gonna trim this edge just to, because some of the duct tape is showing. See, I don't even know if I folded the duct tape, if like the duct tape itself didn't fold perfectly straight. It's all trial and error. We only need like, but first, let's see what we need to trim. So, when you fold a wallet, it's naturally, sometimes I would do another rectangle inside and then tape all the ends together, but that just makes it really thick. We're just gonna keep it basic today. So when you fold a wallet, the ends end up going like that, so you have to cut it straight as it's folded and then tape it like that so it folds correctly. So like I would fold it a little bit more than it's gonna end up being, because you're gonna cut off the extra like that, and then just cut off so that it's a straight line, so that when these two meet together they're straight, if that makes sense. I forgot, I also usually try to trim the edges once they're together so it's the same length. I forgot about that. Let's see if that's straight. Is it? It's good. And then this one we can fold. Oh, of course I ended up folding where the like major wrinkle is right there. Maybe go for it. The ends are like not very straight. Okay, I'll fix that up after I tape it together. So then, you just gotta tape the ends together. Like how they are when they're folded. And you gotta make sure it's like the correct size. You can always trim off the extra too. And then what I would do so that things don't get stuck in the inside because of the exposed tape in the crease, I do one on the inside. Sorry. Intermission of responding to my friend. Okay. It's too much. It's a lot of eyeballing we're doing today. That line sometimes. Okay, it's not the best lighting, which is also, you need good lighting when you're doing this. Sometimes when I'm trying to figure out where to cut it, I will eyeball what line it needs to be cut at and like keep that line in focus and then cut it there. Because there's like all these little lines on the duct tape. I try to get it as easy as I can, but you're gonna end up needing to fold it. I would kind of fold it like this. And try to get it as far in as I can. Sometimes to get it far enough in, you need to like cut the corners. I forgot like how aggressively sticky this stuff is. I had stuck a couple pieces temporarily hanging on the I temporarily hung a couple pieces on the edge of my desk after my Blue's Clues ASMR, those extra pieces that I had. I attached them to my desk and they took the paint off. So beware of that. It's obviously not perfect, it's crinkly, but it does the job. It keeps the money or whatever papers are gonna be in here, it keeps them from getting stuck in the crease. And I'm just gonna cut that off. And let me do the same to the other side. What if I did it this way? No, I already, it's too late because I already folded it and taped it. Okay. Where did it go? This one you can just kind of fold it if you want. It's obviously not perfect, but your first one isn't gonna be well, maybe it is, because you're maybe really good at it. But yeah, that's gonna bother me. So far, this is what we have. I'm gonna have to go soon-ish, so if I don't finish this now, I might have to come back later. But essentially what I would do, I also end up with, this is bringing back all the memories of all the bits of tape that would end up all over my legs. Okay. So I would do pockets. So my first wallet, I made like a whole accordion pocket, and that was way too thick. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna keep it simple and do like our average wallet pockets. So I like the idea of having the plastic to use for like your driver's license or whatever you want to be shown. So I got plastic for that. I was gonna use this for a different video idea that but that's okay. It gives me another reason to buy more chocolate peanut butter pretzels. Okay. So what I would do is like get my driver's license or like a standard credit card or something and measure it. Maybe I can just measure using this. It looks like it's just barely gonna fit right before the sticker. So we're just gonna mark the top and bottom, but it's literally all the way from the edge to the sticker. Gotta make sure I pick up that piece because that would be sharp. Okay. That's pretty big. I should probably actually go get a card to measure it more accurately, but oh. We're just gonna keep the flow going. And then what I would usually do is make a duct tape border around it and then tape it in. So I would take a piece and cut that piece in half. Sometimes I could just finish ripping it. This is just gonna serve as a border. But like that's too thick. You don't want it showing through on the other side as like, so I'm gonna cut off some more. The tape attacks are real. One side, and then we got, just do it like that. Could have probably cut 3 strips from one. Like I could use this for that, maybe. I mean, you probably want the border to all be the same width on each side. Okay. It doesn't quite fit. It works. Maybe we'll have it like this and sorry, I need to take a nap, so I'm yawning a lot. But I don't have time for a nap. Okay. I would use the same technique with this as with the other side, but skinnier pieces of tape. So like, I would put a piece so that it's only on the border. Well, yeah. Well, at least this side. And then the rest will be on the and I literally just eyeballed where I wanted it to go. And then we go in with the other side. My hands are starting to get sweaty. Okay. Just do enough to cover the border. Wait, it's showing through a little bit. Let's fix that. Okay. And then fold it and press it down. Just kind of go for it. Okay. Now we have one more side left. I have this tape. That's too thick, so we're gonna cut it. The third side is always the trickiest because then you have the other two sides already down. But kind of just and then make sure. Sometimes I would try to stick tape. You can see like if it slides in easy or not, but if it gets stuck on the tape, you can like tape a small piece on each, you know what I'm saying, so that it doesn't get stuck on the part that's ever so slightly exposed. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go. I wanted to do pockets on the other, so how about I do another video finishing the other pocket. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just get more squares of duct tape, tape them, but we're gonna go ahead and end the video for now, and I'll do another video to finish off, and I can like display a card in here to show how it looks, and maybe we can do like a fancy design on the front to distract from that situation. I don't have any of the fancy tape or any other colors, but maybe we can figure something out. So anyways, this is the basics of, or at least the what's the word, the like base foundation, whatever, of the wallet. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I'll have to catch you next time and show y'all the finished result. But yeah, sorry we didn't finish today, but and hopefully I'll have better energy next time, because yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, and I gotta clean up all these like scraps of tape like off the floor and myself and stuff. Okay, bye.